I finally got around to watching the trailer for Snow White. I think if there's one other film besides Captain America Brave New World that's probably going to be dead on arrival at the box office, it's got to be this Snow White movie. First things first, let's talk about the reaction to the trailer. At the time of making this video on YouTube, it has 43,000 likes and 1.1 million dislikes. That's an almost impressive ratio. I can't think of a higher one, actually. It's also a very CG-heavy movie by the looks of it. It has that very obviously fake, lifeless CG look that we've seen in lots of recent movies over the last few years. Little Mermaid, Brave New World, Marvel's, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. You know, environments you just don't quite believe. You don't buy into them. They look bland, and they don't seem to have the kind of high quality finish that you would expect from a big budget movie. And also, I should point out another example would be the recent Mission Impossible movie, Dead Reckoning, which is a film I thought was all right, but the CG heavy end action sequence on the train, I just didn't really buy it. It was just too much CG. Anyway, I'm digressing here. There's been several issues with the movie. So first of all, the dwarves were originally supposed to be reimagined. So this was their look. I know this looks like a parody, but this was actually what they were going to go with. So a diverse alternative take using live actors. Needless to say, this went down like a lead balloon with audiences. They felt it was pandering to political correctness just a little bit too much. Also, some people felt that this particular choice was taking away roles from dwarf actors. Anyway, the decision was made to rework the dwarves again, making them, well, dwarves, and in line with the design of the characters from the 1937 film. The only problem is that dwarf actors still weren't used because the dwarves are all now CGI. Incidentally, when I saw this first dwarf face, my first reaction was how it kind of reminded me of the mutant dog from Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Sorry, that's a very disturbing image for that movie. Anyway, it's the stuff of nightmares. Anyway, another source of controversy was main star Rachel Zegler. In an interview with Extra TV at the D23 Expo in 2022, she said, "The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. So we didn't do that this time. We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because we cast a guy in the movie. Andrew Burnap, great dude. It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about her love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. Why is it really, really wonderful that this love story is now not really about a love story anymore? Anyway. So this is at the same event, herself and her co-star Gal Gadot spoke to Variety, in which they both said she's not going to be saved by the prince. Referring to the character of Snow White, Zegler said she's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father said she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in. This is a common theme in a lot of films that have, you know, the message and sort of a very feminist message as well. The likes of Captain Marvel comes to mind. This idea that she's already amazing if it wasn't for all the things that are standing in her way. She just has to stop being oppressed by other people, or things that are meant to be metaphors for the patriarchy, for example. So that's not a very inspiring or relatable human story for anyone to get behind, because nobody's perfect and the character isn't flawed or therefore believable. And so the character doesn't have to go on any self-development journey. They don't have to get stronger. In the case of Captain Marvel, she never had to learn that with great power comes great responsibility. But anyway, I'm digressing again. Yeah, because this is ultimately what all girls and women want, right? They want to aspire to becoming great leaders rather than true love and affairs of the heart. Yeah, so between these comments and Zegler's criticism of the iconic 1937 film, this turned a portion of potential audiences off who, understandably feared that the character of Snow White sounded now more like another unlikable and unrelatable feminist girl boss. All of this has hurt the film's marketing and probably its chances of being successful at the box office. But even if these things hadn't happened, given the look of the trailer, my hopes for this one wouldn't be that high. The reaction from audiences with 1.1 million dislikes on the trailer suggests to me that this film is doomed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.